never get over this view. Hi there, and welcome to Seeking Life, or welcome back if this is not your first time. My name is Madison, and this channel is dedicated to me going out and doing things and discovering a life worth living. I got to the point where I couldn't deal with the rat race anymore, so I removed myself from it, and I've been daily vlogging that. I've missed a day, but I'm really proud of myself for staying consistent and showing up for myself. So today I really just wanted to do more of a walk and talk and just kind of, I don't know, I just feel like there's some things I wanted to talk about and get off my chest. That's partly why this channel exists, at least right now, is to be able to have an outlet to go out there and be creative, to force myself to come outside, to force myself back into nature and heal my nervous system, heal my depression that was starting to come back. I had depression for a very, very long time, and I finally was able to snap myself out of it. And this last job I was at, I felt it creeping back in. So I was like, I need to get out of this funk. I need to get my happiness and my joy back, which I know we control our own happiness and our own joy, but at a certain point, if the situation you are in starts to become abusive, at that point, you need to leave your situation and you need to start working on your own mental health. You need to start working on fixing whatever issues you're having due to the situation you're in. This can apply to anything. This can apply to work. This can apply to relationships. This can apply to how you're treating yourself. I'm going to turn around because there's tents and stuff. I don't know if you can see it back. Like you can see above my key there. There's some sort of event going on the hill. Of course, I walked right into the wind, so we'll turn this way. I got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore, and I just needed to come out here and clear my head. I needed to get back into the nature in which really humans belong. At some point, we were convinced we need to have jobs. We need to have a home that's not in nature, that's in a city that's full of concrete and very, very little wildlife and very little green space. Like, you've got a giant park like Central Park in New York City, but other than that, you don't really have much. It's mostly just concrete jungle. So really, my goal was to get back out here in nature, not only for myself, but also to film it for you all as well. So not only does it give me an excuse and a reason to get out here for my own mental health and my own reconnection with nature. God, these clouds are gorgeous today. Look at this. White puffy clouds. Reminds me of the old Windows logo with the big blue sky and the puffy clouds. But part of what's going on right now in the world is a lot of people want to return to nature. A lot of people are feeling called to come back out into nature and feeling called to homestead or to raise animals or to grow their own food, make community gardens, things like that. So I'm part of that movement as well. Although right now I just want to travel the United States because I don't know exactly where I want to end up yet. But I also feel like I am meant to help light up the world with positivity and kindness because there's not enough of it. And this is completely random, but I think there's people living in the park. Like, I see people in a spot they're not supposed to be again, and there's trash over there, and they've been dredging this lake for food. Unless that is someone on a bicycle who stopped for a moment, I'm not sure. But you should not be in these waters because I have some gators in them, especially here at this park. That is a big no-no. Don't go in the water unless you know it's safe. But anyway, I needed to quit my job, not only for my own mental health, but also to help guide others who are feeling the same way that I am. How you doing? Because I know that I'm not the only one in the world who felt burned out or felt like they were about to crash out. You know, I know that, like, for example, my roommate, he is at the point where he works so daggone much that he can barely function. He gets maybe one day off a week if he's lucky, and he then has to help his family, which is cool, but like, every person deserves at least one day just to rest. And he basically slept the whole day. This has been what's been going on for a while now. And, you know, the entire time I've been here, which is like 10, 11 months, something like that, we haven't even really gone to hang out. We went one time to the beach, and that's it. And we haven't done anything else. Like, we maybe went to the store together or something like that, or he helped me with some things, but like, we haven't been able to go out and spend any time together. And it's because of how the world is right now, and that these companies, they don't care about you, they don't care about me. All they care about is record profits, and they are doing everything and anything to keep us in a lower state of vibration, which keeps us broke and keeps us stuck in their rat race system. So I kind of draw a blank there, but so they're drawing as much energy out of people as possible. They're paying you as little as possible. They're making record profits, but yet they refuse to hand out raises. They refuse to hire more help. And the help that they do have is just so darn tired and burned out that they cannot even function anymore at this point. Like, they have no work-life balance. They've taken everything away from us. No one can really get a full-time job anymore right off the bat. And even then, you're not even guaranteed to get a full-time job. So then you've got to go and you've got to get a second job or a third job, because one job won't provide enough time for you to be able to survive. And then even when you do find jobs, they're taking such bad advantage of you that the money then feels like it's not even worth it at that point. So they have bikes. So I'm guessing they're not homeless? I don't know. They look like they're riding bikes on a trail, but they're way off the trail. Sorry about that. So, chasing squirrels again. So yeah, so we've just gotten to this point where we are full on being abused and taken advantage of, because we forgot that we are human beings. We forgot that we deserve to have a life worth living. We forgot to come out to nature. We got so enveloped in video games. We got so enveloped in virtual reality, or like games like World of Warcraft and things like that we stopped coming outside, that we started actually fearing the sun, which is actually really good for us. It keeps the plants alive, it helps them grow. It does the same thing for you and me. And yet so many people are just so afraid of the sun that they won't even go out in it. So, just so many things worked against us, not only with lies, but also with just habits that we chose to have instead of embracing the human nature in us, which is to be outside. And I grew up in a time when we were always outside. There was always things going on. There was always people outside doing things everywhere. Like, I know I'm here on a Thursday, and there, it's the younger school children, they're out of school, so there's some people playing in the park, which is wonderful. But had this been 20 years ago, 25 years ago, this park would already be filled up with school children and their parents playing with them, because the internet hadn't taken over his mind rot yet. It was still this wonderful, fantastical new invention that we used occasionally, and then we got off of it. And so we all got sucked into this crazy virtual world, not only like video games and virtual reality, but like also social media. Social media has become like one of the biggest drains on society. They claimed it was going to make us more together, but it actually just drew us further apart. And many people are realizing that now, and a lot of people are leaving social media. I left Facebook like 4 or 5 years ago. To be honest, I was kicked off of it, and I don't have any desire to go back. And so the social media is dying. Eventually YouTube itself, I think, will just be an archive of this time period. And then, it won't really be something that people watch every day anymore, I think. But at the same time, a lot of people are going back to physical media, and they want to own things. They don't want to rent things. So everything we've been going through collectively the past 10 years has worked for the collective good and is going to keep working for the collective good. But at the same time, you need to make sure that, like, we're in this time period now where we need to start creating this new world that we want to live in. We need to start working on new inventions. We need to start tapping back into our creative power and manifesting the things of our dreams into this reality. Like, it's at that point now where we're manifesting our dreams to become a reality. So it's getting to the point now where we are creating that better reality, but we are also still in the in-between. Like, we're not quite there yet. So in order to help get us there quicker and to have a better society while we're here, let's start creating things that are better for for us and also the environment. For example, recently on Twitter, or X, I saw a post about a gentleman who made a completely stainless steel coffee maker. My hair is going to be so tangled. It's a completely stainless steel coffee maker. No plastic, no toxic metals, none of that stuff. And he's going to begin selling it. He made that mainly for himself, but now, once he posted about it, so many people wanted it, it's going to be a big hit. Because plastic is really, really bad for us to consume. And when we heat, for coffee through like a Keurig, we're getting a ton of microplastics in our coffee. And it's just no longer good for you anymore. So, there's also a ton of people who are clamoring for appliances to be made to last again. At some point, companies decided, the profits are more important, which is, again, why we're working the way that we are. But also, so that way, when they put out a product, it only lasts for a small amount of time. So that way you have to purchase that product again shortly thereafter, so that way their profit margins go up even higher. It's just a scam upon a scam upon a scam. So a lot of people are in the process now of wanting and probably figuring out how to create these appliances that don't have any of this smart technology in it. They don't have apps that you need to upgrade, or they don't work. The government can't just shut them off on you because then you said something negative against them. So people are in the process of building things like that now. There's a huge trend of people going back to physical media like DVDs and Blu-rays and old school video games, and that's all because of people who got fed up with the system and decided, hey, I'm done. I'm going to go do what's best for me, and I'm going to help the world. And so, in a sense, I feel like that's what I'm doing. But at the same time, I'm helping those who are still in the rat race and who might be feeling like I am, which is quite terrified due to the fact that, well, I'm not terrified now. I was. I went through a period earlier this week where I was quite terrified of what was about to come. But at the same time, with me being, I'm going to fix my hair, but with me being raw and authentic and being myself 100% and just coming out here every day, putting my life online, which might not be the smartest idea in the world, but I feel like it's part of my purpose, and that's the only reason I'm doing it. Like, I don't want fame, I don't want, fortune that was ill-got. I just want to come here as a way to be accountable, not only to myself, but also to have a place for others who can relate with what I'm going through and resonate with the things that I speak about, because they might feel alone or feel like they have no place in the world, but we absolutely do. We are in the process of creating a better world, and it takes each and every one of us to say, you know what, F it, I'm not going to feed the system anymore. This goes in many fronts. I'm not going to say anything that'll get me banned here, but, we'll just say that the SRI should not be kept getting fed. Things like that. So we have to start taking a stand. We have to start doing what's right for us and taking control of our lives, telling these employers to shove it because they don't care about us, and start finding new ways to be creative. Find new ways to start helping the world. And it might not go perfectly at first. It might literally scare the crap out of you like it was me this week, because I didn't have faith as strong as I thought I did. So I've been reinforcing that faith. When I'm not here out at the park, I'm at home, I'm reinforcing the negative beliefs, but not reinforcing them, excuse me. So I'm overriding the negative beliefs that I had. Like when a thought comes up like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to afford this, I say, no, you already have it. You don't, I start reprogramming it and believing that I actually do already have that thing that I am thinking I don't. So I've been doing a lot of inner work this during this month as well, where I'm doing what I can to absolutely better my inside, meaning my spiritual temple, meaning my soul, my my higher self. I'm getting in contact with my higher self, and I'm working on becoming the highest version of me with an overflowing financial cup, so that I can make this journey. I can continue to make these videos every day to help encourage everyone who might feel lost or feel scared to take the leap, because I know it gets scary, but at the same time, we can override that fear, or overwrite the fear. We can change it to where we have that thing and it's no longer scary. And we're like, okay, so I already have the money. Why am I afraid? And just only thinking about having the money, then that fear eventually goes away, and then you do actually have the money. And so I'm just here to basically document my journey out of the system, out of the rat race, into freedom and into sovereignty. And I'm here to just share kind of in like a diary type form. I really don't plan what I'm going to say. I let my higher self channel through me, and whatever needs to be said kind of just comes out. And sometimes I have a rough outline of what is I'm going to say, but oftentimes I have no idea. I just let the universe speak for me. But I know that there's a lot of you out there struggling right now. You're feeling this way too. You want to take the leap. I just want to say you are strong enough to do it. You just have to make the decision that you want freedom, you want sovereignty, you want to have what you want. And that is to be back out in nature, and whatever it is you want, you can have it. You just need to make the decision and then actually start working toward it. And I don't mean like for example, I've just been getting outside every day and I've been working on my inside. You can do that too. It only takes 30 minutes to an hour, and you'll feel a lot better when you're out here. So I just want to say one more thing. The reason I know how burnt out everybody is too is because not only was I just there, but I talked with a coworker last night. Oh, there's a dead fish over here. I talked to a coworker last night, and she's only been at the job for 6 weeks, and they already have her working 9 days straight in a row, and she's literally just gotten the job. Oh, that's wild. That's so weird. Like, it's a dead fish, but like what the fork happened to it? Ew. Sometimes you see really gross stuff out here, and then sometimes you see really beautiful birds. But anyway, she's literally been there 6 weeks, and they're already, burning her out. They're already making her work 9 days in a row. What company does that? Other than one that doesn't care about you and doesn't value work-life balance. They see you as a robot. They do not see you as anything but a robot that can do the job for a bare minimum and use you and your life force as long as they possibly can until you finally decide to stand up for yourself and say, no, I will not tolerate this, and you need to put yourself first. So I'm going to keep documenting this as if it's a diary for myself, and also a journey for others who... That is really loud. I hope that's not gonna... I also want to document it as a journey for other people who are in the same boat, and for other people who need advice or comfort or need someone who they resonate with. But also, I know that these videos will find those people that they're meant to find, and that they'll find the right people, and that eventually I will help lead a revolution of kindness and happiness in people and liberation of people from their inside out, and it'll help ripple effect like crazy across not only America once I begin driving it, just due to the magnetic potential of my spirit, but also because it's ordained by the universe. It's my mission, and we're going to spread kindness, love, and joy across the country. And then I'm going to film it, and whilst filming it, people from across America as well on YouTube and the world will benefit from the kindness, the joy, the love that I'm spreading And the message that I have, which is you need to help free yourself from the matrix or the rat race. You need to help free yourself from your 9-to-5 prison and put yourself first and do what's right for you and the rest of the world. Because the more we support this system, the longer it's going to keep us trapped and keep us in the same cycles over and over again. So I appreciate if you've watched this video this far. I appreciate if you resonate with the message, to please like this video. Please leave a star emoji in the comments down below, or a heart, and let me know that this message is reaching somebody. But also, if nobody watches the videos, that's okay too. I do know eventually that people will, but even right now, if people don't watch the videos, that's cool. I'm fine with it. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this as a way to just document my journey and have each day on record, because I live in the now moment, and I usually forget everything I talked about in this video, like right after. Like, I've already forgotten most of it, so I just live in the now, and I experience what the universe is showing me right now. And right now it's just so beautiful with the blue skies. There's that nice breeze. It's a beautiful early spring day in Florida, and I'm just loving my life. And that's what can happen for you as well. You just need to, again, take the leap of faith. And if you do watch my videos, I do appreciate it. If you know somebody they might resonate with, can you please share it to them? Because like I said, I'm just trying to help the world by spreading kindness, joy, and love to anyone I come across, and to anyone who comes across these videos. And I try to do my best to be the steward, or the what's the word I'm looking for? I try my best to be a great representative of kindness, again, on my shirt. And I do my best to be a great representative of positivity. And everywhere I go, I treat people kind, like I want to be treated. I just try to love on people as much as I can, because especially in these times, people need you to be kind to them, because they are on the verge of just crashing out and burning out so hard. Like, I could see maybe by the end of 2026, if it hasn't happened already, like just mass walkout by everyone, no matter where they're at, because they just can't take it anymore. And the system will eventually just fully collapse. But before that happens, use this time to set up what you're working toward, or what your goals are, so that way you're prepared for when it does happen. Because you don't want to be caught off guard. You want to be as prepared as possible. And but yeah, I really do appreciate if you watch this video, especially till the end. It means the world to me, because like I said, I'm just trying to be a good person and do everything I can to make the world a kinder, more happy place. So if you can just hit that like button, that would be awesome. Subscribing would really help too, as Eventually I would like the channel to get monetized. Like I said, I'm not here for the money or fame, but it would help the travels. It would be a source of income, which would be really great, or a source of revenue. So I appreciate you watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Hey there, Future Madison here. I just wanted to also add that some major advice too is to prioritize your own energy. Prioritize giving yourself time to just be to yourself, to relax, to come back into your own, to come back into your own energy and your own vibration and your own self, really. Something I do is I always just, when I was working, I took about 3 hours to myself before I actually went to work. I thought about how great the day was going to be, and I every time I saw a synchronicity like 11:11 or 1:23 or 10:10, I would tell the universe how grateful I am for that day. I was grateful for the miracles that were coming my way, that were being performed, that the day was going to be for my highest good. And I essentially was reprogramming myself to be the most positive version of myself while I was doing that. But in essence, I was filling my own cup, and I was making it so that I was more full of life, and that I was able to get through that day. But when I come home, I don't immediately start talking to other people. I don't immediately start scrolling through my phone. The first thing I do is I cuddle with my cat, and we spend time together, and I just chill out, I mellow out. Then I'll maybe enjoy some 420, and then that's for adult only advice, but then I will just mellow out, and I will just zone out and be myself for about an hour, and be by myself in my own energy for about an hour. I'll work on filling myself back up, and then I will go about talking to other people, or really starting to scroll social media, or what have you. And I'll also put on something mindless on YouTube or whatever. And this helps me to refill myself, so that way when I have the next conversation with somebody, I don't automatically start getting upset at them, or I don't snap at them for whatever have you, because I've been able to refill myself back up some from the draining day I just had. So prioritize your energy and make it so that you are focusing on yourself when you're able to help fill yourself back up. That's some advice that you can use for the meantime, until you are able to get yourself out of the rat race, or until you decide you're ready. So we've been coming to Dyer Park pretty regularly, and I've also been going to Winding Rivers a lot regularly too, which is right next door across the mountain there. And when I was coming in, I saw some police officers, or actually they were sheriffs, sitting there at the entrance, and I saw a sign saying $20 for parking. Then I got over here to Dyer Park, and then you have all of these people parking up on this hill. You got porta potties, a tent, buses are shuttling people over. I've not seen this. I looked online, I couldn't find any information. They were claiming it was for some volunteer pickup trash event or something like weeding event, like ripping up the poisonous, not the poisonous, but the fauna that shouldn't be here, like the invasive fauna. But they were charging $20 for parking, and then shuttling people here. So I'm gonna try to find out what's going on, because it's kind of wild. I've not seen anything like this since I've been coming here. Might be this, but I'm gonna try to ask somebody. So spoke with a guy, and he was like, "Oh, it's parking for the PGA Nationals," which I guess is the golf, one of the golf tournaments, which I guess they do here. So, let me get out of the wind. Hang on. But not like right here, but up the road a piece, up yonder, about 20-30 minutes, there is PGA Boulevard, which is also where they do the PGA tournament. And the gentleman was saying that they have 4 different parking locations in and around the area here, and this is a parking area for the general population. So basically the people who are going to go watch and be observers of the PGA tournament. So they're driving from all the way here at these nature areas, which I would not have guessed would be, I don't know, it's bizarre to me. But so that's what's going on, and that's why there's so many different things going on around here that I've never recognized before, because I've been coming here for a good while now, and it was kind of weird. I was like, what is going on? So yeah, it's just golf. Thank you again for sticking around to the end of the video. Hit a golf emoji down below to let me know you got this far. See you later. Oh, I love these beautiful puffy clouds. Sorry, that's a little trippy.